It's been 3 exciting rounds for the NBA playoffs, but now we are down to 2 teams, the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics for the NBA Finals. We have Adil Ahmed on today to talk to us about the NBA Finals. So thank you so much for being here today with us, Adil. And so talk to me about these 2 teams and their journey, and specifically the Golden State Warriors right now. They are a dynasty team. Their 6th appearance in the NBA Finals in the last 8 years. How does that team, the Splash Brothers specifically, are excellent for a part of the Golden State Warriors. How does that team, that dynasty, do so well, and how did they make it to the finals again this year?
Well, Thomas, you mentioned a great point there. The Splash Brothers, they're back again. Klay Thompson's back in that lineup, and I feel like he's a huge part as to why they are where they are right now. You know, you also got Draymond Green there, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole. There's just a number of players that are on the Warriors that are so effective, and they like to move the ball around a lot, and that's one thing that they've been doing so well for the last number of years. Every time they've made it to the finals there. Andrew Wiggins is another guy that's also a huge factor into, you know, the Warriors' success so far this playoffs. You know, he's having a really good factor, just over 18 points in his last 5 games in the playoffs here. And he's, you know, again, a guy that has a little bit of playoff experience, but being around guys like Steph, Klay, and Draymond, you know, it makes him a whole lot better of a player. And I think that's one reason why, you know, the Warriors are who they are. They have a lot of great players, and they can just fit anybody around them, especially around that core of those 3 guys, Steph, Klay, and Dre.
Excellent, excellent. And then the other team, the Boston Celtics, they've been close to making it to the finals for a number of years, but have always fallen short just at that conference finals ceiling. Tell us about how Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics have now gotten past that conference finals ceiling and have now made it into the NBA Finals.
Well, I think the biggest thing this year is that, you know, they had to go through, you know, a lot of superstar players and a lot of really good teams. You know, first round, they went through Brooklyn, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They swept them in 4 games. And then, obviously, in the second round, they took down the defending champs in the Milwaukee Bucks. And I feel like the years past of them coming up short has led them to this point, which is, you know, getting to the NBA Finals now, getting through Miami as well recently in 7 games. You know, a lot of those, you know, failures in the past that the Celtics had, I think has set them up for where they are now. And, you know, guys like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year this year in the league, they've all stepped up in a big way. And I think that's something that's going to really cause problems moving forward for the Golden State Warriors, because the Celtics this year were the best defensive team in the entire league. So they could really give the Warriors a run for their money, and it's going to be interesting to see how, you know, these 2 teams match up, because this is a really even matchup in my opinion based on who's guarding who.
And so you've mentioned a little bit about that matchup between the Golden State Warriors and the Celtics defense. Tell me a little bit more about that, Adil. Who do you have winning the NBA Finals this year?
Well, you know what, Thomas? I think that, you know, despite the Celtics having a lack of NBA Finals experience with this group, you know, the Golden State Warriors have 123 games of NBA Finals experience. Meanwhile, the Celtics have 0. But I think the experience that the Warriors have of, you know, having their core back together again since 2019 really is going to give them over the hump. So in my opinion, I think that the Golden State Warriors are going to take this series and they're going to win the NBA Finals in 6 games. That's my ultimate prediction here for this series. You know, the Celtics, you know, even though they got through the hump now and they're in the big round now, you know, the Warriors' experience and, you know, their key players back together again is really what's going to give them the edge in this series.
All right, Adil, you talked about that experience. What about coaching? Is there any parts of the coaching staff on the Golden State Warriors or the Boston Celtics that will be keys to their victory in these finals matchups as well?
Well, I think that Ime Udoka, I hope I'm getting his name right, but the coach for the Celtics, he's in his first year coaching the team, and I feel like just having a new fresh face behind the bench there for the Celtics is another key factor as to how they're going to do in this series specifically. Steve Kerr, he's been there for a number of years now. He's been there since 2015, really, the first year that they got a title in however long. So I don't really see much of a strategy. I feel like each team is going to play their own style of game, and you know they've gone so far up to this point now. They're not going to change how they're going to play just because you know they're facing a set of players. Obviously, with matchups, you do have to respect some of those players and how they play, but other than that, I don't see much of a change. I feel like you know the Celtics coaching staff are going to play their own style, and the Golden State Warriors are going to do the same.
Excellent, excellent. I agree with you on the Warriors winning. I think they're going to do it in 7, though. But thank you so much for all of the insights, Adel. It's an exciting time for the NBA playoffs, and they will start NBA Finals Game 1 on Thursday. So thank you so much.